Hello everybody and welcome back to Banjo-Kazooie Versus. We have the 5th level in the game, Freezeezy Peak. My favorite level in the entire game. It's not just a typical snow level, it's more of a Christmas Eve theme, which is interesting because, you know, you don't see Christmas themed levels ever. And if they are, they kind of go full in on the Christmas theme, as in Santa and reindeer and stuff. But I had a terrible time with this on the Nintendo 64 run. And I don't remember. I have not recorded in like a month. So I don't remember anything that happens in this video. But this first part is pretty slow. You just have to keep attacking the green guys. I think I originally thought you had to ground pound them on the Nintendo 64 one or something. No? Oh no, just like that weird ZB move. Whatever it is. But for speedrunners, there is some weird tactic to, I guess, if you hide in a certain spot, which normally you're not supposed to be able to go out of bounds on this bridge, but it just prevents the green muncher guys from loading. And so then you can just get the first 10 light bulb guys that show up to go through. But after doing that task, that is not all there is to get in the Jiggy. This is actually... there's a lot to get in this Jiggy. You have to get the stupid lights into the tree, and then there's a button you have to press, and then you have to fly through the star on top of the tree a couple times. And then you have to climb up and get the Jiggy, like climb the tree. So it's quite a hassle. But it's usually the first Jiggy that people do. Maybe not the first one they grab, but definitely the first one that they do the activity to access it. Now this light, okay, so you're gonna notice like the on switch on the back of the tree. So I do like my little first person trick, so that like I can just I don't have to change the camera angle to see where the switch is. And like, I didn't hit it, but then I just moved the camera so that the switch is on the screen. And now it works, but as you'll see with the Nintendo 64 version on the bottom corner in just a moment, that I didn't even, like, the switch didn't even have to be on the screen for me to hit it. Which is stupid. I don't know if I just like had a glitch or something, or if that was a patch that they did with the Xbox version. But that's, like, see, I got it now, and the tree's lit up. It's hashtag lit. Oh, I should probably mention this now before I forget. Well, I guess I'd mention it at the end, but this is the this level and the next level. You had to pick, I think, one or the other for like 100%ing, and by that I mean, you have to learn a move from one level in order to 100% the other level. So typically you should be doing Freezeezy Peak first, because on the next level you need a move in this level to get the last notes. And for the Nintendo 64 version, I think I've mentioned this like on the first episode, but you need, like, if you don't pick up all the notes, then you have to re-get all of the notes again in order to get like 100% for that. And so you kind of want to just do this level, because the move that you need from the other level on this one, it just gets you a Jiggy, so it's not too bad. But I'd rather be able to beat the entire level in one go instead of going back and forth, back and forth. I think that's one of the few things that I like about, yet I hate about Banjo-Tooie. And I think it appeared, from what I've heard for Ukulele when that comes out in March or whatever, that you will have to go back and forth because the Jiggy substitute, I think they're like called pages or something, like pieces of paper. Like the more you unlock, then you can choose to open up more areas of a level Like, I don't know if it's just like built onto it or just like a doorway opens up. But yeah, we've got this huge snowman in the middle of the level. I think it's awesome. I don't know. I just always remember like climbing up the scarf and being like, man, these are easy notes. What an easy level. And to be honest, this level is really easy, except for the Jiggy that you get with the ability from the other level. And speaking of which, I'll be getting that Jiggy next episode. It kind of screws up my whole pattern, but it'll make sense. It should. Yeah, I should also mention that there's those presents that we had to collect. There's 3 of them, and then at the beginning of the level there was an igloo. I didn't go inside it, but because I already know what to do. But there are crying children who want some presents, and if you get them presents, then you get a Jiggy. And I don't know who's dropping off wrapped presents on top of a snowman or on an island in the middle of freezing water. Even though I guess they're polar bears, so they can survive it. So right now I'm killing all these snowmen. Some of the most annoying enemies in the game. Mainly just because they're so hard to kill, because the attack that I was trying to kill them with is kind of hard to aim. Especially from further distances. And on the very last level, there is a segment that uses those enemies again. And you're like on very narrow pathways to walk on. So if you get hit by them, also like the slippery controls from snow, like you can just die, and that area is like the very last part of the level. If you're doing like a all-in-one-go run. Otherwise, if you die, then I think you can just pick the order. It'll make sense once I get to that level. I still need to record that part, and I'm not ready for it. Yeah, I'm trying to ground pound off here, but Banjo keeps grabbing onto the tree, so there goes all my speedrun strats. We got 2 Jiggies to 0 and 40 notes to 10. I think I just have like 2 more snowmen to kill. Oh, I remember a crazy thing that happens, like, just trying to get those, like, 4 notes on that little area. Both runs on here, while trying to jump onto that, I fall off on the first time. And I get that Momo token, so it's all good. I just think it's kind of weird. No, I had 3 snowmen left. And we got another Jiggy. Well, we got a Jiggy finally on the Nintendo 64 version. Oh man, those snowmen. I think like, they just give you a bunch of feathers in this level. Because they know that the snowmen are pains in the butt. Like, I'm surprised I hit it that time, because I think I had an awkward camera angle, and it was close. I don't know. But now we're just gonna fly all the way to the top, because flying is quicker. Just get caught under that broom. You know, no big deal. I'm surprised that at this point in time, I only have 2 Jiggies. And I think I've like opened up the ability to grab some, but you know. Alright, this is where I show some strats. I'm getting notes on very dangerous edges. Just gotta kill these ice cube guys. Like, check this out. Oh, wait. I get a rhythm now. Alright, rookies would not risk their life doing that, okay? I can guarantee it. How many Jinjos do I have? I guess we'll find out in a moment. With the first one? Okay, 2. And here's like the last part with the snowman, I believe. As you just hop on that sled and you get like one of the only cutscenes in the entire game. That like actually it kind of is a cutscene. I don't know what I was going for with that, but yeah. I'm already kind of losing things to talk about because I need to like record all these audio bits for the episodes because I've been having like a bunch of school assignments lately where all of my free time in the mornings is devoted to going to school early to work on group assignments. And we just presented yesterday. It was like a 40-minute presentation, and our group decided to do like urban gardening. And let's just say that I feel like everyone else had more information on urban gardening than I did, because we had to read a book and then we had to pick our topic after reading the book. And I think the teacher had some options to pick from, but we did urban gardening, and everyone had information that like I didn't even know about because I was on book duty. So like we all had to read the book, but I was just the one that remembered the most about the book when we decided as a group. And so I didn't even have to research my information. I just had to pull quotes from pages. And then once I got to the part where I had to talk, I hate this part about myself. It's my biggest flaw, that I get nervous when I like talk in front of crowds. But it's like not really, it just depends on my comfort, which is stupid because right before the presentation I was totally comfortable. Like our group was just kind of waiting in the front of the classroom ahead of time, and everyone was sitting down, we were just chatting. And I was totally fine with talking, but no, I had to just, like, my heart started beating 3 times as quicker than it normally would. And I just started going like, I mean, like, I wasn't, like, doing that, but, like, if you heard the way I was talking, then you would know, like, ah, shit, this guy's nervous. But on the bright side, that means I just have free time again. No homework for that class for a while, because our group presented earlier than most other groups. And not yesterday, 2 days ago, to date this video, I guess to date all of these, we had the elections, and Donnie T is the president of the US, and let's just say, I guess I couldn't care either way. Whether we had Trump or Clinton. But the day after, everyone was so butthurt about Trump being president. Like, I swear everyone on the news was like, oh no, Trump's president. And then they were saying some people have, like, post-election stress or something. Which, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That means that you're just salty that your person lost. And then my English class, the teacher was just so, like, she was so disappointed that Clinton didn't win, and she was trying to play it cool, like, you know, I didn't care who would win either way, but you knew that she cared a lot because we had it was about a 2-hour class of hers, and we just kind of sat there and talked about politics in a very depressing manner that the whole 2 hours. And I thought it was crazy that, like, everyone was just sad, and then I see on Twitter people are trying to justify, like, oh, like, 75% of people ages 18 to 25 voted for Hillary. Oh yeah, that little spike there where it just kind of skipped some frames on the game. There was nothing I could do about that. I tried. I had to re-record or something, which I'm not doing. And then I was at work the other day, so yesterday then, and I hear, so I'm just like kind of folding kids' clothes in our kids' department at Kohl's, and I hear this girl's talking about, so it's a girl, her mom, and her grandma, and I overhear that she says she's in the 3rd grade, and then her best friend, she's like telling her grandma, like her best friend is black, and then her best friend's dad said that if Donald Trump is elected president, that they're moving to Mexico. And then there was just a pause because the mom and the grandma, well, I mean the mom already knew from some of the conversation, but the grandma just was trying to think of what to say, and then so she was like, "Oh, don't worry, like God will always be there for her." Like, I'm like 15 feet away, and I'm internally laughing because A, I'm a shitty person, but B, I love the dark humor like that because, again, I'm a shitty person. Gosh. But man, this episode's almost over, right? No it isn't. We got like 8 minutes. Gotta get a honeycomb, which I'm doing right now. And I got 2 jiggies, which includes Jinjo and then the one that the walrus just gave us. So that's gonna take a while. And then on the Nintendo 64 footage, I'm also pretty close, but I'm gonna, I already did skip a note, and so I'll be fast forwarding the footage, or I already have, because it's post commentary, but I spent probably 9 minutes trying to find this one note that I forgot, and yeah, like 96, 97, 98, 99, oh my god, where's that last note? I don't know where that last note is. Turns out, it's on the scarf of the snowman. There's a honey, I don't know what they're called. The things that like give you the 3 bits of health when you break them. They put a note right behind one of them. And because of that, to this day, I will always remember that there's a note behind that guy. Because I spent 8 minutes recording myself looking around the entire map. You'll see that during the fast forwarding part. And I thought it would be funny to just put a 99 note thing on the tally sheet. And I'll be doing that again on episode 8 on the Xbox version. Even though it's only for like 40 seconds that I couldn't find the last note, so that's much better. But yeah, Donald Trump's gonna be president, and I guess we'll just have to find out how that will go. I don't put too many eggs into politics, so I honestly could not care a lot. Unless like it affects my job or education. Or the streets I like to use to drive to places, then I really could not care whatsoever. But on the Xbox version, we are finished collecting everything that we can at this time and moment. And I just had to get the Witch Switch Jiggy, right? One of these episodes I forgot to get the Witch Switch Jiggy. Or I think that's going to be like on episode 8 as well. So just know that episode 9, the Xbox version will be at a huge disadvantage coming into the level. But based on how my gameplay's been, I probably won't even like care too much about that disadvantage. I'm trying to pro strat my eggs, not working at all. Gotta activate this pot. There was a different pot that I skipped earlier, that I will need later, that I forgot. And that upsets me a bit. I still need to edit that episode, so I don't know. Oh, you know what? Am I gonna get the Jiggy? No. No, I think I remember. I get it like next episode or something, and then I just skip the other Wish Switch Jiggy. Yeah, I don't even remember. I recorded this part and the next part like a month ago. And then I recorded the next two parts like a couple weeks later, but it's still been like 3 weeks for me. Because again, school and time. So now I have the Nintendo 64 footage fast forwarded, as you can see. I think it might be up 500%. I don't know. But yeah, it was on the scarf, and I just ran by it again. And then I become Banjo-Kazooie just to do that, right? Yeah. I only have one Mumbo token on the Nintendo 64 version, and on oh yeah, and then I'm gonna get the honeycomb, so it slows down a bit. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Mumbo tokens. On the Xbox playthrough, like, I literally don't need to get any more Mumbo tokens on the last level. I don't know why I'm spoiling this stuff, but that's probably like the best for me ever. That I just don't need any of the like 30-ish maybe Mumbo tokens. Is it 30? I don't know. But I got like a lot of extra Mumbo tokens, so that's pretty cool. Gonna get that last Jiggy. That walrus is pissed. And the ice key in the back. Whoa. Man, I hope that if you're watching this for the first time, that you want to learn, because every other person that talks about Banjo-Kazooie like needs to talk about the stop and swap as if it's like something like brand new that people have not heard about. Like holy shit, there was a time like a couple of years back where like every single like video game YouTube video, like if they talked about Mario, they had to like also talk about how Super Mario Bros. 2 is actually Super Mario Bros. USA, and that oh shoot, what is it? Like Doki Doki Panic is the actual name of the game, and they just reskinned it to be Mario. Like, yeah, that's nice and all. Like, everyone should know that information by now, because like there was just a period where you just kept hearing about it and it was stupid. But the episode's about to wrap up in a minute here. I think I got cut off on one episode or something, so thanks for watching this episode of Banjo-Kazooie Versus. Feel free to leave a like so it will help the channel grow. And if you haven't already, you can subscribe to me to get the option of seeing my uploads as soon as they happen. That's not how the line worked. I don't know. But I'm just getting the webs, and then I'll be opening up the... I didn't even awake the cauldron. What the fuck? I guess I just missed that part. When I edit, I just go so fast that I just only look for whenever I have 10 notes or just a Jiggy or a honeycomb. So it really goes by much quicker than when I was first editing, where I'd have to watch each scene. But again, thanks for watching, and we'll be doing Gobi's Valley next episode. It's a desert level, and I used to hate it, but now it's just okay. So, yeah, bye.